Hello, my name is Ashley Foster, and I am from Pensacola, Florida. I currently live in Pensacola, Florida, and I received my undergraduate degree in social science, particularly African American Studies, from Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, affectionately known as FAMU. I graduated in 2010, spring 2010. And after I graduated, I began working as a substitute teacher back home here in Pensacola. I did that for a year, and then I got hired on at Pensacola State College in their collegiate high school program, teaching high school courses. So I would sub during the day, and then I would do high school courses at night. After I did that, I got hired on full time at a charter high school. Much of my career has been secondary education. I've always just taught social studies in sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade. And then the high school job I had, I taught social studies from ninth through 12th grade. More recently, I took a break from education for an entire year, and I went back to education. But during that break, I was a child protective investigator, and I worked with different families in social work with things that they needed, and I also investigated allegations of child abuse. So one school in particular that I always had cases from, I ended up deciding that I wanted to go back and try my hand at teaching again, and I ended up going to that elementary school. That elementary school that I worked at, I taught first grade. It was a Title I school, and much of the population of that school were at or below the poverty line. It had different socioeconomic conditions that were plaguing it, as well as behavior problems from a lot of the schools. It was also a failing school, but it was one of the most enjoyable jobs that I've had throughout my teaching career, and that was the job that made me fall in love with teaching. I actually enjoy working in Title I schools. I actually enjoy supporting children in urban environments. That's pretty much where my focus is going to be. I'm looking to get this master's degree because I would like to move into a coaching position as possibly a reading coach. In addition to working on my master's degree now, I'm also working on my NG-CAR certification, which would allow me to teach reading full time. Currently, this year, I decided to teach third grade. And it's not my favorite grade, but still elementary school, and I love it nonetheless. I also ended up changing schools in order to accommodate my growing academic responsibility with completing my reading certification and completing this master's degree. I do hope to go back into the Title I setting once I finish and complete those requirements. Right now, I'm working at a C school, which is not exactly failing, but it's not the best of the best. And I'm not working with the same population, which is Title I. But that is pretty much where my passion is working with children who suffer from different socioeconomic needs. A lot of my children last year, I bought coats and shoes, and they didn't always have food to eat, or, just even working with their behaviors because they were basically operating in fight or flight just because of the environments that they grew up in. And I absolutely love being where I'm needed. Right now, I don't really feel as if I'm where I'm needed. But when I taught at my last school, I did feel like I was needed, and I felt like I was making more of a difference. So hopefully I get to go back into that area. I have a daughter. She is 10 years old. Well, 9 years old. She'll be 10 in May. I had her when I was in college. She pretty much earned the bachelor's degree right along with me. So she's 9. She's going into the 5th grade next year. So right now she's in 4th grade. And some of the things that I like to do, I'm in a book club. I like to read. Love reading all kinds of books. I love meeting with my book club. I'm a big movie buff. So I do movies. I'm also in a movie club. And that's about it. If you have any questions for me, feel free to comment on it. And I look forward to working with you all. And good luck this semester.